Welcome everyone to tonight's Monday Night Raw recap. This is your host, the Executioner, Mark Knight, and I'm coming from you directly from the crib. So tonight's recap, People Power Week number 3. Monday Night Raw broadcasting from London, England. And the opening contest was the No DQ WWE Heavyweight Championship title match of the world. CM Punk versus Mark Henry. Mark Henry running headfirst into the chair, and CM Punk coming off the top rope with the chair to the mid portion of the body, causing for CM Punk to get the win. Once Punk gets the win, Jericho appears upon the Tron and proceeds to, show footage of CM Punk exiting out of a pub, thinking that Punk must have had a drink, so he's rubbing it in. Thus leading into their matchup at Extreme Rules in a Chicago street fight. And CM Punk looking to defend that title. Jericho talking about how he's going to embarrass CM Punk in front of his entire friends and family, in front of thousands of people in the Joe Louis Arena. Then we have some stuff with R-Truth and Teddy Long, with him looking to find a job for Teddy Long. Then we go into the next contest for the United States Heavyweight title. Santino Marella versus David Otunga 101. Santino Marella over David Otunga to get the win in this matchup. Then we have a promo with Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar sitting down, doing a sit-down interview, talking about how he didn't come back to the WWE for fan support. He didn't come back to WWE to kiss babies and to shake hands and all that other stuff. He came in for one thing, that's to be a war machine, an ass kicker, and just beat the living dog out of John Cena. During this promo, they show highlights of his NCAA, I'm about to say NAACP, his NCAA career, his amateur matches. They show pictures of him in the UFC. They show pictures of him with the WWE Championship, letting the world know that, yeah, he's a dominant force and he's here to do one thing, and that's to beat John Cena. Then we have Kane versus Zack Ryder. The match goes into a no contest. Then we have a promo with Lord Tensai with Josh Matthews. Tensai finally speaks. Giant Bernard finally speaks and says, destruction is on the way, you better fear the unknown. Then we have a John Cena promo to talk about his matchup with Brock Lesnar. But before that, WWE plugs WrestleMania as the most seen event for this year. Now we go into the John Cena promo. Cena basically giving homage in a subtle way to Dusty Rhodes' Hard Time Blues. He's talking about how the end of the era doesn't necessarily mean the end of Triple H and The Undertaker. He's talking about the end of the era being himself, with him facing Brock Lesnar. John Laurinaitis comes out and says, well, you know what? Your match at Extreme Rules is going to be basically an Extreme Rules fight. No DQ, no countouts. Any and everything goes, so it's going to be a fight to the finish, but you're going to prove yourself tonight by taking on an unknown opponent in an Extreme Rules fight. Then they also hyped that next week for the 3-hour Raw that there's going to be a contract signing between Brock Lesnar and John Cena. Next, we have a promo with Kofi Kingston and AJ in the back. Kofi's just basically assuring AJ, listen, everything's all right. If you got to move on, you got to move on. Do what you do. Don't even sit there and worry about it. Daniel Bryan comes out and says, you know what? I'm going to beat you tonight, and I'm going to beat you with the LeBell. And he's like, you know what? Screw that. It's not the LeBell lock anymore. It is the Yes lock. It is now the Yes lock. I don't know who the heck Gene LeBell has ever beaten his entire life. So tonight, it's going to be the Yes lock, and you're going to tap out tonight. And when you do tap, you're going to scream, yes, 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 yes. So then we go on into this matchup with Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan. Very good matchup, by the way. It was a fantastic match. That's the kind of stuff I like to see. Very athletic, very good match. However, it was Daniel Bryan with the yes lock on Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston taps out. Then towards the end, Daniel Bryan puts the yes lock back on. Kofi Kingston once again, and out comes the World Heavyweight Champion Sheamus. And then, of course, they go into more plugs for the Extreme Rules matchup. Then, of course, we have the next match, Brodus Clay versus Dolph Ziggler. It goes to a no contest due to Jack Swagger's interference and Vicky getting into it with the girls. And then, of course, we get into more dancing. Then we have another backstage promo with Johnny Ace, David Otunga, and Eve Torres. Then they have a recap of the passing of Chief Jay Strongbow. For those of you who don't know, Chief Jay Strongbow passed away 2 weeks ago. He was a multiple-time WWE World Tag Team Champion and mentor to such superstars as the Native American Tatanka and Lex Luger. He passed away, like I said, 2 weeks ago, and it was a very beautiful tribute that they gave to him. And I would say that this tribute, very, very classy. And I put that up there amongst the lines of the tributes they've done for Owen Hart, Road Warrior Hawk, Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig, Gino Gorilla Monsoon Morella, Sylvester Ritter, the Junkyard Dog, and the late, great Eddie Guerrero, who were perhaps the most significant stars that ever influenced the WWE. Then we have more backstage stuff with Ron Killings playing Sherlock Holmes, seeking a job for Teddy Long. Him and Hornswoggle got involved in it, and then Teddy Long got involved in the last skit where Ron Killings is like, look, I know the perfect job for you. You're going to be SmackDown general manager. And Teddy Long's looking at him like, man, are you crazy? I got fired from that job because I lost the match at WrestleMania. Something wrong with you. So then they go on the bounce off. And then, of course, they go into more plugging of the Extreme Rules. And then they talk about tonight's main event, the TV main event for tonight. John Cena versus a mystery opponent in a Extreme Rules match. But prior to that, you had a tag match with the Great Khali and Big Show teaming up for the first time, taking on the World Tag Team Champions Primo and Epico Colon in a non-title match. Out comes A. Washington or Alexander Washington or Andrew Washington, Anthony Washington. Nah, not you, bro. But A. Washington comes out and he's observing the match, looking for new talent. He's scouting talent to put onto his roster. But the tag team champions are looking to bail as Khali has control of the entire match. They let Khali have control of the full matchup. And then, of course, Big Show grabs both Epico and Primo, tosses them back inside the ring. Big Show comes in, grabs Primo, and Khali has Epico, and they hit both guys with the double choke slams and a pinfall, the Punjabi plunge and the choke slam, getting a double pin over the World Tag Team Champions, Khali and the Big Show, getting the win in this match. And now tonight's main event. John Cena versus John Laurinaitis' number one opponent, his mystery opponent in the Extreme Rules matchup. And it just so happens that the guy that John Cena faces in this matchup is none other than, you guessed it, Giant Bernard. Lord Tensai. Lord Tensai. And, good match back and forth between both guys. Outside interference from David Otunga to try to help get the win for Tensai. Bernard. Sound like I got Tourette's. But I don't. I just don't like Lord Tensai. I don't like the name. I don't like the whole getup. But nonetheless, it was a good match. Cena getting the attitude adjustment. I'm about to say the F5. Getting the attitude adjustment on David Otunga as he's getting back onto his feet. Giant Bernard, Lord Tensai, sprays the mist into the face of John Cena and then hitting him with the Baldo bomb to get the 1, 2, 3. So your winner tonight in the Extreme Rules match was none other than Giant Bernard over John Cena. Now, isn't that something? I don't like Lord Tensai's whole gimmick. Damn it! I think it's stupid. I think it's redundant. But he gets the all-important win over John Cena tonight. And this brings the question to mind. John Cena, in a losing streak, losing slump, no longer the face of the company. getting booed out of every arena and getting mixed reactions in every arena, loses to The Rock at WrestleMania, only to tonight lose to, all right, I'll say it. Only to lose to Lord Tensai, a.k.a. Giant Bernard WWE. And this is what they did right. And you know what? I got a shout out to Don Tony on this one, because they were like, if they're going to have him spit mist, it can't be white. It must be some kind of thing with some coloring in it. So tonight he hit the green mist in the face of John Cena, temporarily blinding John Cena in this match. So here we have the Gaijin wrestler spitting the green mist in the face of John Cena and getting the all-important 1, 2, 3. Now this has definitely got to have some ramifications in this matchup with him and Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules. Is John Cena going to win? Will John Cena win? Can John Cena defeat the next big thing? I need to know. I think everyone needs to know. And I hope that we can answer that question real soon when we see Extreme Rules live on pay-per-view. And be sure to check that out. So until then, folks, I'm about to call it a night. Leave your name. God, I don't know why I'm saying leave your name like you're leaving a voicemail. Leave all of your comments. Leave all of your questions and any of your inquiries on the Leave it on the Twitter, on the YouTube page. Also, Twitter me. Follow me on Twitter. You got a message, leave it on Twitter. Like me on Facebook. You can do that there too. So again, let me take it from the top. Subscribe to the videos. Leave your comments. Any questions, feel free to leave them on the YouTube page. Second, like me on Facebook, Mark A. Morel. If you have any questions, you feel free to leave them there too. And last and certainly not least, follow me on Twitter. Sorry, Zach, I had to borrow it. Follow me on Twitter, XM Nightbuster. So be sure to do that. And since I got a little time, I just want to give a couple of shout outs. There was some birthdays this past week. I just want to give a couple of shout outs. One, my god sister Tasha, happy birthday. Love you. Happy belated birthday. Shout out to Cynthia Henderson. Her birthday was this past weekend. Shout out to you. Happy belated birthday. Also, Austin Aries' birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to the X Division champion. And many, many other people whose birthday was in the month of April, is in the month of April. Shout out to you guys. Happy birthday to you guys. Enjoy your birthday and whatnot. You know who I'm talking about, because I'm pointing at you. Happy birthday to you too. And I hope you had a lot of fun last week for your birthday. But until then, folks, I'll see you guys. And also to my little niece Lala, happy birthday to you too. So anyhow, do what I told you. Like your dude on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter, XM Nightbuster, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel, Mark Knight TV, and leave all your comments from there. So until then, folks, I'm Mark Knight. It's good for me and it's bad for you. Not really. But any more wrestling news and stuff like that, holla at your boy. I would have done a recap of what was that pay-per-view last night? Oh yeah, Lockdown, but yeah, we'll leave that to what it is. So until then, folks, I'll see you guys this week. Peace.